to the space that we are in. Thank you, Clarion. I've been calling it Clarion. That's why it's not been popping up on the Google. So thank you so much for offering us this space for free. Thank you to the Dreamkeeper Initiative. Thank you to the San Francisco government, right? Office of Economic Workforce Development. And they both sponsored me to go to Zimbabwe and film this documentary. Thank you to the San Francisco Arts Commission. Through the Dreamkeeper Fund, I got $50,000 to put on 4 events. This is the first event. Thank you to all of the performers and collaborators here. My goal with that money was to pay Black folks, mostly as many San Franciscans as I could and as many Zimbabweans as I could, to support me with this project. So I'm really grateful to everyone for being here. Lady Rev, Soul Brother number 9, Shannon Milandesi, and Buya Julia, and tell me your last name again. Chigamba. And Delisa. Branch Neely. And the Chinyakare ensemble. And of course, we've got Elizabeth Summers here, who's going to be closing us out with healing somatic activities. So thank you everyone for being here. We are going to get started with Lady Rev, and I got some rattles here. So what do you think? Do you want like a 4 count or a 3 count?
I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna, and if folks want to grab a rattle, I'll pass some out, and we'll be holding down the beat while she shares some words. This is the first lesson of sound healing, right? Our words.
Is it a rattle?
Yeah, I'll pass them out for you.
Okay. Here you go. You can choose whichever one you want. There you go. Are you ready? Oh, I'm say no more. I want to rattle, but I want to hear what that sounds like.
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey!
How you living? How you living?
Yeah!
Hey, this is louder than I thought it was gonna be. My name is Lady Rev. It's short for Lady Revolutionary.
Yes.
I hail from Double Rock, California, which is Alex Griffith over in Baker Hunters Point.
Yeah.
Gratitude for the space, for the opportunity of healing and healing collectively as a community. My poetry is my form of, is one of my practices of healing. And so I'm grateful to share it with you guys. We carry loads of souls to the borders of free land. Broken hearts got footsteps to revelations not yet received. Ignorance tastes like candy. 380s bang daily so that children learn to count. How many bullets does it take to break 500-year-old chains? There aren't different names and every face blinks together. Life be a mural dedicated to seeds not planted. Shit airy and cheap. And holes to the ground looking for love underneath and carry sadness like the vine carries us. Collect tears in empty buildings to fund commissary for angered white folks. Trees move faster. Leaves painted by secrets kept in when we live in cemetery. And we carry dead babies in metal strollers. Tongues clipped, yield better crops. Your medicine be penance for every time you allow your mind to break cycles. When retracing did not erase the smell of fallen clouds, and so we carry pieces. With arms bleeding and back stomped in. Unlevel ground looks steep, but we really just walk in barrettes pattern a reflection of sun and suns. Hold those hands. Freedom can't be free. Palms cracked on rubbery grass, on concrete buildings. Someone must build it. We carry fertilizer to our graves to show our commitment. And we made it here. Without mothers, without fathers, without love, without hope, without fearing the ghost of ourselves, carrying shit we don't even need to uplift new hearts. Reconfigured limbs lead to holy water, and we carry cups. Just enough to not give up. There is no last breath, almost ain't enough. And bricks build legacy. I'm from the bottom of the bottom, check the sources, baby. I'm a war, baby. I'm a war, baby. Did you know if taken in the correct doses, trauma can create this metamorphic view of a fallen world? Your third eye can be revealed and you'll be able to bring souls back from the pits of white man hell. Your tongue will breathe fire on every light of day, and your aura would radiate at such high levels that even white women will want to tame. Did you know that trauma is so powerful that it transforms coal, diamonds from coal, and is settled on storage shelves? It can create experiences that fascinate Hollywood and justify poverty simultaneously. Trauma does not mean dying, does not mean death. It is our ability to be beaten, forced down, raped and ravished, stolen from, cheated, lied to, children abused, brother martyred, maintain toxicity between mothers and daughters, and still erasing black fathers, and still believe that the American dream, the melting pot meaning, belongs to us. You know, like whiteness as a gift for black disgust, because happiness and fulfillment can never intentionally come from us. If you inhale oppression, you don't get asthma. Instead, you build enough stamina to fight for your life for one more day. The Guinness World Record for holding breath underwater is 4 minutes and 40 seconds. But living within oppression will teach you how to hold your breath under pressure for a lifetime. Yeah. Functioning within white inferiority can teach you how to assimilate in the womb. And living in poverty teaches you not to grow where there is no room, and concrete is everyone's destiny. See, trauma in the correct doses will teach you not to want anything else but more trauma. Generational curses serve as playing field for corrupt cops. Sometimes, freedom is hidden in life choices that you don't get to make. It's hard to see little kids' innocence auctioned off in classrooms, so we turn on TVs instead. Cali King beds rest heads of fallen gangsters whose mothers shun their fathers. Black folk in America ain't never been free. Grocery shopping is capitalism disguised as food equity. Prison reform can't be established because masters ain't trading high-yield stocks, stimulate foreign tongues with stories of American dreams. You are only as good as you put out. Dirty hands build cities, not the poor. Yeah. A society must be conducive to crime. That's why we're at war and nobody in America free. Shit, chains don't sell like they used to. Granny's voodoo can't always protect you. Streets grit they teeth at empty clips. Rain don't cleanse acid. That's why we need blood. Grass rolls in every mind that witnesses martyrdom in the sunlight. What's freedom anyway? Lips chasing savory guava leaves filled with disappointment, resentment in coffee mugs. You don't even know yourself. Why should I? Gamblers play liberty to profit private laws. Don't nothing humble you like a jailhouse. Trauma fuels the economy. I know. None of this shit makes sense. It ain't supposed to. This world wasn't made to live. be breathing that you actually be alive. You think your tear-filled, dry eyes see the same truths that men see. Feet stand between cliffs and open air. Hope stands between jumping and skydiving. Purpose be left irrelevant on bathroom floors. If you hold your breath long enough, you'll witness angels sinning with their eyes closed. Turn off your consciousness and you can hear spirits gossiping about our ancestors' failures. Who do you think you are? This be flatland. Every line is meant to be crossed. My last one. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the water, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Ripples against my feet as ancestors welcome me. The cadence of my heart, a familiar voice amongst so many, my lungs breathe different. As I reacquaint myself with a home twice removed, rising and falling with the moon, my tears collect here. Lay waste to the idea that a battle was lost here. Reconnect to every universe we lie free in, living water. Here we thirst no more, floating hope and aspirations. Sunk into generations that evolved here, absorbing every opportunity to attach ourselves to the collective that anchors legends we still can't explain. Two identities merge here, lost in lucid dreams and brute force, melanated gods and persistence. The taste burns defeat from my tongue, helps me speak in a language I almost forgot. This all feels familiar. Like it's not my first time being surrounded by unconditional love. A tradition of sacrifice and sustainability. The body I belong to, not entirely my own. A blank slate to channel between past and future, deep enough to move every version of myself through. Here we find joy. Allow ourselves to expand, to consume. Leave traces of resistance. Every portal a pathway to an unchained heaven. No graveyards or tombstones, just more. Just world, not earth. Have you ever heard of peace? Reconcile with revolution and selfishness. Two heads for memories to settle in. Here we find legacy. A diaspora of living and fulfilling. Find solace in intent. Let this soil reach the next galaxy. Wash up any confusion that we cannot settle anywhere because we are made from everywhere. Echoes of choice resounding from trench to trench, guiding us back to our essence, a recollection of what we were before this, who we became because of this. I find comfort in the depth of existence. I need no reason to fight against this shape of me. Every trace, a mirror, every shade, a side of the whole. Let eyes be lost to the greatness of us. Let language not fit our entirety. Let wonders bring more bodies. Let curiosity be a sacrifice. You cannot erase us. And we will crash harder and harder. Thank you.
Thank you so much, baby. Maskedase, did I say it right? Yes. Well, good afternoon in Shona. Thank you, everyone. We're going to bring on our next poet, soul brother number 9. All right. William Palmer.
Thank you.
Number 9.
I'd like to say, I found myself wondering in concrete through jungles and ghetto villages, knowing that that's not where I'm from, but where I was placed after being kidnapped from the motherland that was used as the motherboard to create a civilization that we created, but used against us throughout the world. And so I'm here today to bridge that gap, like Malcolm X, who's my spiritual father, and Harriet Tubman, who's my spiritual mother. If they had a son, it would be me, leading those boats, leading those mines, leading those businesses back to our motherland. Because I truly believe that a strong, free, independent mother of Africa, Akibalan, however you want to acknowledge it, would make every one of their descendants, African, Black, and Caribbean, in the diaspora, respected around the world. And if you look at all of those who used to be crushed under the knee of white supremacy, it wasn't until their country rose as a power in the world that they were respected and flourished in those lands. So let's make that connection and let's free Africa. This first piece is called Black Mother of God. The Black Madonna and Child hides in the shadows of the Vatican, while Black Mother's been rising with the sun since she's been birthed from the Created One with every human being inside of her. Finding black light emanating from her, H-E-R, healing energy, restoring the spirit to nurture nature into infant souls to continue the human civilization and to elevate the human character. The love of Black mothers in unity brings community in every house, making it home sweet home, heart to heart in wombs, testifying to culture jurisprudence that her babysitting of humanity has been her greatest contribution to God. Her reward is being beautifully blessed from head to toe and still the image emulated by home records we call haters. Being the first to be beautifully brilliant, working at being Black, excellent, housewife to single mother and provider, giving us Black lawgivers whose justice is God's mercy from a vision for humanity, giving her houses that becomes homes of places of peace, love, and sanctuary from the world we're facing bravely. And you, oh you are the reason for the movements that remind humans not to incur your cry, for your tears bear prayers that goes directly to God's ears. And he sends legends of chariots full of angels with swords on fire to aid the Messiahs. From the house of the Lord, she's striving soul food. From the house of the Lord, she's serving soul food from breast that expands our chest, and our sons, your sons, our sons pounded to protect your place on pedestals, collecting petals falling upon your crown, heavenly head space. Oh yes. And when that queen comes home from homecomings, when that badass Black mother shuts your mouth, when she decides to sitting alongside the setting sun and shares her daily news events, she's explaining how human history went. And I mean everyone within and every sentence she had to serve, to deserve, to preserve the divine words, the titles of gifted daughter to little girl, from grown-ass woman to down-ass wife, the mother of all homelands, and the first teacher to raise sons to be gateways to kindness, a kind of way of life. We men are blessed to call us mankind. Dear Mama, we just wanted you to understand you are appreciated. I dedicated that to mothers as I painted a mural in the San Francisco County Jail number 2 as the beehive, the queen. If it wasn't for the queen giving birth and providing us with the honey that comes from all of that activity, it is the only substance that never corrodes or decays, and it's a healing mechanism. So 70 70% of all men and women inside of our slave systems that we call prisons come from single mother homes. And that is by design, that is not by accident. So I always encourage every male, man, boy, to make sure that if there is a single mother out there raising a single son or daughter, to adopt that single mother and make sure that that son and daughter has a figure, a male figure, to make sure that it does not wind up in the pipeline from preschool to prison. This last piece is called Still Natural Combs. I don't know how many of you guys are old enough to remember Still Natural Combs.
Yeah.
I still have scars in my scalp, but it signifies a lot, and I hope you get the message. I fight thoughts of doing wrong like my tightest naps being combed by those little black combs in fish kits. My thoughts snap back out of pain and anger, so I fight, I break teeth, I live my own life in conditions. Even though my thoughts fight me, I fight back like naps against a man-made design to steal my identity. Singing out, playing the teeth on those still natural combs that are now antique. I struggle in the reform movement, attacking systematic policies aimed to choke the will to survive. The invaders like weed, I mean like weeds that let go like lizard tails in gardens of heathens, only in hopes you forget it, so they can regrow Negroes into poisonous plants within protests, burned by fire bombs and choking on smoke as we die a slow death economically on shards of glass from burnt blunt storefronts. See, I consider myself a relatively good person, a true human being. Yes, I'm flawed. I'm no God, just a creation set on a path seeking perfection. The revolution is the evaluation of my evolution, yes, mine. In a universal constellation, my third eye looking for reasons to envision a better self in commune with community, but this social construct makes me blind. It's dark, as if I'm pulled into black holes that are getting closer to each other by design, others actually united in ratchet movements, wigging out with each other, and I can see the apocalypse of the end times as they gather in the center of existence, globalism, and fold this damn thing all together into and onto nothingness, into a rebirth or just something else. See, I believe in the end days and the end times, the end of my life, so I strive to leave a legacy of a man, a mover, a community organism, organizing to be an organizer of the people, to fight back like naps. See, I don't want good hair that affords me the good life. I don't want the latest fashions with labels labeling me with family names of oppression, or live in those tall Babylonian constructions inside a penthouse overlooking bottom floors of penitentiaries where I'm detached from my roots. I want to be known when I wake up in the morning for my beautiful locks, no longer in afros picked in pain to conform to ways of white society. For I still have that steel or chrome natural cone with BBs in its teeth as a reminder why I conform to XY chromosomes. I curl and snuggle with my womb and entangle myself. Why I am in ranks and lockstep in zen vibrations like fingers with my brothers after Salat and sisters. There's as many as possible like vines, growing, connecting, tangling, bearing fruit as we hold on to that rope structure design. See, where is the black plastic white people hair comb used to torture my facial hair? I mean that prison grooming standards that blatantly force us to conform to Roman soldiers, or those prison bars, natural combs meant to break us in our homes, tearing us from our forefathers, from the roots, from our hair, from my history, from my scalp, from my community. For my brain in pain, tears crying, mama, don't comb my hair. Hush, boy, and be still. If you had that good hair, we wouldn't have this problem. Blame your daddy. Oh, no, mama. I do have good hair. That is the problem. And those combs are made to break me, to make me think that my hair ain't good, that my hair ain't designed on the black print, that it is the golden spiral, that is the helix design of existence, of creation. It is the enriched melanin, the eternal library that is contained in every follicle and tells me what I've done from the day I was born tells me what I've done from day one since the last time my hair was severed from me. So I retouched it, and so I rebelled against the hot combs of Indian summers that tried to straighten me out. Those hot combs we call systems and social constructs and so on and so forth that will not, I will not use a razor or a comb anymore. So I keep that chrome natural comb that tried to snatch my life as a red hot panda reminder why I've become a locksmith. This last one reminds me of when life was, how would you say, just beautiful. When you're a child, you know, life is like not what you see. I didn't know I was born in a racist community. I just thought people didn't like me because they didn't like me. I didn't like people. It didn't mean I hated you or I was racist. And it wasn't until I traveled the world and I saw that doesn't have anything to do why people don't like you. It just won't come up for me today. Oh, here we go. Let's try this one. It's called A Field Trip to the Hayden Planetarium. I don't know if you guys ever went to a place where you look up and you see all the stars and constellation. That's where I started to dream that I could be bigger than where I was born, that I was bigger than what my society was trying to conform me to live inside of this construct we call black. And the word black that they use for Negro and Negro comes from the Greek word negro, which we all knows that means dead. So when the Greeks went and saw the Egyptians, they thought they were worshiping their dead ancestors, not knowing they were transferring the power and the technology and the intellect and so on and so forth. So Balada Sudan comes from the word Aswad, and that word is also black, but Aswad means like the originator of the universe, the black robe of a judge. It means power. And so when I say black, I mean Aswad, Balada Sudan. And so this is just a reminder of going back and remembering when we were children that we can dream of ourselves bigger than our circumstances. Fans chops children's voices into broken syllables. Giggles never getting old, just silent as time folds. Chilled watermelon providing bullets, shooting pothole pavements, and turning burnt orange bird chests into pink glazes. Before the summer sun scorches bare souls, they find green grass being sprinkled. They jump over bridges of water as if they will land inside the fantasy land they ran around in without being noticed. I remember barren souls in bare souls. I never shared my love of Chinese jacks and hopscotch. There's only so many balls you can dodge. There was something magical about fashioning your marker, tossing it into squares and hopping on one foot to and fro, or taking advantage of large hands, holding jacks in midair and snatching them all simultaneously. Recess was made for pretending, turning the same old thing into something new again and again and again without being noticed. I remember, barren souls and bare souls. Wow, through your eyes was the first time I seen the universe. Starstruck, I gaze at Milky Ways, flickering as you blink. Too shy to look me in the eyes, but you were always in view. Soon after detention, we catch snowflakes on our tongues, jump over puddles and let balloons go. And when you speak, I'm drawn to the path of least resistance. I'm an astrophysics, because your heart is my moon. Riverside, Tranquility Base here, no problems. I remember, yeah, barren souls and bare souls. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everybody number 9. That was phenomenal. So, we are about to get into the documentary screening. Again, this was funded. This project was funded through the AAA.
Take you to put this together. This is really fantastic.
Thank you. So I arrived. Keep that one, Greg. Let's take a moment and thank Greg. We wouldn't be here if he hadn't told me that the Clarion was doing April. So thank you, Greg. And thank you for that question. So I think it took about 7 weeks. When I arrived to Zimbabwe in July, I did not know that film crew. But as you saw, I've been building really, really strong connections with women practitioners there. So I reached out to the community, and they connected me with this filmmaker. So all of this happened within that 7 weeks, like going to the different regions. This is only one part. This is mostly filmed near Mutare, which is kind of close to Mozambique. But we have more footage, and I have personal footage that I've taken, so I'd love to turn it into a series so we can explore different regions. And if it's red, just push the button. It'll turn green, then it will hear you.
Okay. My question is it more common to practice like traditional healing and medicines versus maybe more westernized medicines? I don't know if that's a good question.
Thank you for that question, and I'm going to explain it. Please don't get offended with the answers, and I'm going to be honest about what happened. Zimbabwe was an African country. Then when the settler, which are the Europeans, came to Zimbabwe, they forced a different doctrine, which is Christianity. I think you go to any church up until today, you still see a Caucasian Jesus, a Caucasian. So they came with their own companies to Zimbabwe, pharmaceutical companies. So what they did, they made sure that we demonize our spiritual, our cultural, our traditions, and become Christians. So today, if you go to Zimbabwe, you are going to see a lot of people going to the doctor, choosing to go to the doctor, even though they know that Nekia is going to help them. She knows all the herbs, but they are ready to ignore her and say, this is demonic. I don't want to work with her at all. I would rather go to a doctor. So, for many years, it hasn't been common. Nobody wanted to, people would go behind the scenes later at night to see if they can get help. But then during the day, they are Christians. So, and it's still a situation that is still ravishing a lot of, I'm not talking only of Zimbabwe. Go to South Africa, it's the same thing. go to any country, Nigeria is the same thing again. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you did, and that's kind of why I asked, because they were calling themselves prophets and stuff too. And so I was just wondering, so if people are kind of not really, kind of sneaking around a little bit, like, like how do you guys balance it, or like how do you ensure that the traditions that are native are being passed down in spite of like the domineering Christianity view being persistent as well?
Thank you for that question. To answer your question, now that the situation in our country is a little bit hard, the commercialized, the pharmaceutical medicines are not available in the stores. Now people are beginning to open their eyes and like, hey, I'd rather go to see, let's go see what Mbuya Nekia has and what she has to offer. But again, it's still being demonized. So people are to some extremes. I come from a town called Chivu. So because of the shortages of medicines, you would find that the clinics or the hospitals, they have started working with Sinatra to Zimbabwe National Traditional Healers Association. Sorry, I gave you the shortcut, that's the full name. That's where Nekia trained. So of late, the doctors are actually working together with the Sinatra to see how certain medicines can, what can they heal and how they can encompass them in the system. I don't know if I answered your question. Thank you.
Is Zimbabwean a word? Zimbabwean?
Yes, Zimbabwe.
So, Zimbabwe it means the house of stones. I will get back to the 1100s. There was, I don't think anybody knows about this. People don't know about this as much, but there was a city that was built on stones, which was a trade center. Do you have a photo of Zimbabwe? Great Zimbabwe. So, okay. So that during the 1100s, a city was built out of stone, no cement, nothing. And up until the funny story is a lot of people think that during those days people lived in caves or lived in trees, but truly speaking, we actually had the architectural ways of building houses, huts, the ones with the back. There was a city, just like, I don't know if any of you have ever read the Bible, the stones of the city of Jericho, the stones of Jericho, Babylon. Something that,
Heard it in a video game.
yeah, something like that. So that was a trade center that a lot of people, the Portuguese used to come to trade, the Indians came to trade. So they were trading with the Mashona word, like the Karangas, the Rosary people who are actually the actual native Zimbabweans. Because I'm Zulu. Yes, I'm from Zimbabwe, but originally we came from Tanganyika, but there were Zimbabweans who were actually there before we came. So they were doing trades. So that stone, that place became so popular. Like, well, I don't know what's the popular place here in America. Yeah, it's
San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. Then they decided, so that used to be the capital before the Mapungu. And so the name Zimbabwe, the house of stones, actually came from Great Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. I don't know if I answered that.
Yeah. You got another one?
Yeah. For the Africans, have anybody asked you about Wakanda? Anybody asked you about Wakanda? I got a co-worker who's African, from Kenya. And a lot of people were like, well, what do Wakanda look like? And she's like, no, there's no.
To answer your question,
Somebody asked you about Wakanda?
I wanted to go ahead and answer that one. And then I just wanted to, because you told me something that is relevant because it's 420. And so you told me that what was the word?
There was a word, right? And I think you said it was for pants. That was an old Shona word. That's the same word for hip.
Oh.
Hembe. Hembe. So hembe came because in Great Zimbabwe they used to grow a lot of hemp.
Yeah.
So that hemp was processed into clothing, which is something that you won't even hear today because you only see somebody wearing covered loins, but those clothes came in different forms because the weather changes. You know,
It gets cold.
it gets cold. So they had to use hemp and turn it into clothing. So in Shona, that's where the word hembe came from.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. She was asking about Wakanda. She was making a joke because
Well, I'm asking, people ask about Wakanda, like, do you know Black Panther? Are you a warrior?
Yeah, you know that the story, to be honest, was actually kind of based on those old cities because we didn't only have Great Zimbabwe, we had the Mapungugu, we had Kami. Now they call it Kami ruins because after a lot of wars, a lot of those cities got deserted and people migrated to many different places. But the center of that story of Wakanda was actually based on a city like Great Zimbabwe and how it would have been if there wasn't any colonization or anything. Because up until now, we and Nekia went to Zimbabwe and came with some very precious stones. I don't know what the stones had, but she was telling me stuff from my country that I don't even know. You gave me some presents for this one.
the carnelian. And we're going to move this party down here so that you all can start setting up for your instruments. How does that sound? Okay, so we're just going to just be right here. There we go.
Many put together. Are you Zulu? Is that what you said?
I'm Mashona, says Zulu. But originally, our ancestors came from. I'll take the old biblical to match with the biblical because I think the brother here talked about biblical. After when the Tower of Babel was something happened with the Tower of Babel, people wanted to be smart enough to go up and see what God was doing up there. Then the Lord ended up changing languages. It's true, the Bible is still from Ethiopia, it's still from Africa, and I'm using the old Bible, I'm not using the colonized Bible. So after that, because of the misunderstanding and the communication breakdown, people started moving to, people started scattering around, and then we moved from up north, went to Lake Tanganyika, then decided to go to Zimbabwe because we were hunters, because our people, our heritage were like hunters and gatherers, so we started going hunting. And we went down from Lake Tanganyika, Tanzania, all the way to Mozambique, Gorongosa, to Southern Africa, and Zimbabwe. Yeah. So during those days, that's when we started kind of mingling around. I it will take a day for me to explain the whole
No,
history.
I heard you say up there that you were Zulu, and I
Oh, the Zulu.
I heard you say that. I know Zulu people were migratory, but I know they lived in South Africa.
Yeah,
and
they migrated, yeah.
moved in.
That's true.
So,
They usually, it's they take the lineage of the father, but Sheni, you also have some Ndebele heritage, correct?
Because I was born in Bulawayo, that's why I speak Ndebele and Shona. Yeah, so I don't know if you want to know the story of the Ndebele people, because the Ndebeles were the Zulus before, and then when the wars started happening with Shaka Zulu, during the time of Msilikazi, they ended up moving up north to Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe was kind of owned by them. I mean, in Zimbabwe were the Rosy people, and we came from up north, Lake Tanganyika, and because the Zulus were fighters, they wanted to fight, and they became the Ndebele, so they kind of wanted to take over Zimbabwe, but we managed to keep them down the Shashi River. So forming what is up until today known as Matebele, the land of the Ndebele. But
Shona, the Shona people, I know the Shona sculpture.
yeah, that's why. Yeah.
It's very known for your stone and for your artwork, which is very beautiful. Oh, I know.
Thank you.
Quick question. Purple watermelon, is that a real thing? Purple watermelon, like purple leaf watermelon? They look around. I'm burning.
Purple watermelon. A purple watermelon.
have you seen it? Is it purple watermelons? I didn't see it.
No.
This is off the internet. I've been seeing people crack open watermelon. They crack open this purple watermelon. And then spiders. How big are your spiders?
And come on now.
I'll be worried about the snakes, but go ahead.
I've seen video snakes.
But you know what is about spiders? We actually have something that is a little bit scary than the spider, which is the scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's those
Made by design. If parents don't have things stabilized, they have something called where they come in and take the child or do an evaluation to see how the parents and the child is living. And it doesn't meet their criteria, then they include the child. They have that in Zimbabwe.
To be honest, I came to learn about that when I came to America, because for us, our culture in the southern parts is like it takes a whole village to raise a child.
Yeah.
So I was one of the naughtiest kids, but any elder during my generation,
Right.
any elder was a mother. Up until
That's right.
I can't even call it by her first name. It's taboo.
That's right.
I can't even call Mrs. Smith Summers
No.
by her first name. So any person who is an elder and sees me maybe stealing stuff, they have the right to come and grab me and spank. Hey, don't do that. Grab my hand and then
Take
go
me
and
back
talk to
home.
my mom.
And your mama's back here.
That was, she knows the whole history.
That's how we were raised like
So
that.
that's how we were raised. So
Yeah.
this
CPS is new.
CPS, yeah, it's
Newer.
I've just heard that. I came to learn it when I came to the US. So even if I'll give you a situation. My parents got involved in an accident, and I was supposed to go to sit for an examination at a different school, and there was money that was needed to get on the bus to go and sit for the exam.
Yeah.
But you know what? I wrote that exam because the neighbors who are my parents, although my parents are not there, put me on the bus, found some money for me and the uniform to go to sit for the exam. So again, it took the whole, it takes a village to raise a child. And up until, if you go to the countries today, to the countryside, people cook a giant pot of food, and it's put in big basins like and then anyone walking around, hey, are you hungry? Come join us, we're having food. Because again, as much as you are a stranger out there, to us, because you are in our vicinity, you are a relative, you are part of the family. So that's the culture that I grew up in. I don't know, maybe things are changing because, people are trying to catch up with the modern world.
Yeah. That's a beautiful one.
Great. You have any other questions?
Do you
Excellent.
guys cook? Do you guys cook?
Oh, yeah, you know.
Traditional?
Oh, cook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know how to cook.
Let me see you now. Where you going after this?
Next time I'll have Shannon make some salsa for us.
For sure.
All right. Would you like to introduce what were you going to say? They said they'll need about 2 more minutes. So if folks have any questions, what we're going to do is just transition into the music and the dance, and then we'll have some time for us to all partake. Okay.
Or not. Okay.
Shannon is a wealth of knowledge, y'all.
So, since we are waiting for them, I'll tell a 2-minute story.
Okay.
In Zimbabwe, we call it Ngano, meaning storytelling. So, the purpose of storytelling was you tell a story, the story is supposed to come with a teaching. Once upon a time, aliens came, because I'm going to relate to the modern world, right? Once upon a time, aliens came, and when those aliens arrived, 4 aliens, they came, don't know how they found bicycles, but they found bicycles to bike. As they were biking, they came to a funeral. Shona, which is the language we speak, is so formal that you don't just say, oh, we are at your funeral, somebody died. No, that's informal. You have to say, well, somebody has been taken. So, or somebody has been stolen by death. That's the proper way of explaining it. So the aliens came and they were like, hey, why are you all crying? What's the problem? It's like, our father has been taken, has been stolen. So the aliens were like, that's been stolen. Who steals people? Like, yeah, dead. And they're like, you know what? Don't worry. Stop crying right now. We are going to find death and we are going to bring your father back. Right? So they get out there, they started biking, and the 4 of them, they came across a corner and they found the most ugliest man that you could ever see. Very, very ugly. And they're like, you know what? That's him. That's death right there. That's him. That's death. Let's go attack. Hey, pull out your knives. Let's go kill this guy because he is the one who stole their father. Right? So the man was like, no. I'm innocent. I didn't steal anything. I didn't steal. Oh, you were looking for death? Oh, if you go right around the corner, under the white sheets, you will find death. So they left the man and they biked to the corner, and when they reached the corner, they found the sheet, opened the sheet, and they found a lot of money. So when they found money, they were like, you know what? Since we are in this planet, let's go find some food. So you guys, since our planet has a lot of alcohol, what if we go, 2 of you go out there, look for something to drink, while we count the money. So they go out there and, when they go to the stores, they're like, if we kill the other 2, the money, we can share the money together instead of splitting the money into 4. So they put poison in these guys' drinks, and the other guys who were holding the money were like, what if we kill these guys who are coming? we kill them with knives once they get off their bikes with the food, and then we just drink and then celebrate. We can sleep the money. So the story now is like, these guys came from the story. They drank the poison, they killed the other, and nobody survived out of all the 4 enemies. So the whole story here is like, no matter whatever you do, always keep the spirit of togetherness. No matter if the money comes, always keep the spirit of togetherness. We are all one family, so we should be taking care of each other. So I lift my case.
I'm sure you've been in Zimbabwe, like how happy we are when people come to visit you. Yeah. Like there is no way to describe it. Sometimes you can just go and like give you my bedroom, like you're gonna be sleeping here, and I'm gonna have one blanket, all these blankets, you can have this. That's how I would just, when you're asking me to declare it, it's like emphasizing that without just saying thank you. So it's like it's movement. To emphasize what we are welcoming and why we are here. Water brings death, water calms the earth, everybody needs water, and it's life. So when we do these things, that's the focus is for, like calling our ancestors and honor them and honor each one because you are those ancestors. They are with you. You were born you have your ancestors with you, so it's like welcoming you and what's behind what you're carrying, your energy from your lineage when you come home. So that's what it says. And, part of that confidence I'm going to share with you that recently celebrate different communities bring their seeds they're going to plant, and we gather, we do ceremony of all the community brings their seeds, praying God to bless them, bless the seeds before you plant, praying for rain, to honor the energy, because when you put the seeds into the earth, you don't know what energy they're going to grow, they're going to change and grow, and you all will have to pray. So we are seeing it's like it takes time to raise a child, but it's joyful to watch them grow. And now the seeds we are planting today, all helping all that to grow and spread like a spider web.
Signore
next song is Rawako. She's a friend and when people gather music, family bring created, people are meeting new people, and having fun. So it's like, pick your friend, pick your partner. Let's just celebrate life. Enjoy the music.
Love and gratitude to all who have served us. Love and gratitude vowel sounds were sacred. That's why they weren't written. They would sing the vowel sounds into the body, into the person to receive healing. So that vowel sound, we're going to start with the first one, okay? Very low to the ground. It connects us to the earth. It helps us to heal trauma. It helps us to connect to the land. Okay? That sound is love. Okay? So nice deep breath into our bellies, into our lungs. Hold, release. Into the belly, into the lungs, hold, and now we're going to add a word to that. So our word that we learned today was Simba. Right? I say it right? Simba. I'll say it first. Simba, for Simba, 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 Simba. Amanda, Amanda, Thank you so much, everyone. I can't believe we stayed on time because I really tried to get everything and everybody in. So we have Miss Elizabeth Summers. She's going to close us out. All right. And with
Don't hear the music.
yeah.
Microphone. Don't give me a microphone. I'm dangerous with a microphone. Sing after me. Mawezon. Mawezon. Mawezon lo. Mawezon lo. Mawezon lo. Mawezon lo. Ditilo. 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 I need everybody to be connected. That means standing or sitting. If you're not able to stand, you can sit, but we need to be in a circle. Ooh, that. You know, that's hard. I love your singing. It made me want to sing. I thought, what is she saying? I can get up there. Good. No. This was your turn. So I'm going to put the mic down and just talk.
Okay, we want to hear you because we're recording. I want people to be able to hear you at home. So let me get you a mic stand because your voice is worth hearing.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh, you want, all right. I'm from the loud black people. You know, I don't know what they tell you in
Africa about black people in America. Some of us are called loud people. I would be one of the loud people. So I like to teach this. Some of you have done this before, this process of breaking the chain. We came to America in chains. We came in chains. We were coffled like animals. We walked across to the slave castles. We were on the boat. We were chained. We got here, we were auctioned off, and we were still chained. And the truth of it is, some of us are still wearing our chains. I like to teach this practice to black people, well, to everybody, because everybody's enchained in some way. Sometimes we're enchained by our families. Sometimes we're enchained by our relationship. Who's been in a bad relationship here? And been chained? Oh, so you're lying. Nobody will admit it. You're lying. You're lying. Okay. Sometimes we have this work that we have to do, but we're chained to our jobs. We're chained. This is something I learned in grief yoga. When people die, we want to keep them here. We want to keep their spirits here. We have to let them go. But as soon as I learned this, I thought, oh, he was talking about black people. He didn't even know. He didn't know that I made it my mission to teach this to black people wherever we gather. Please take it with you. Please take it with you and show other people. So you can, wait, I want to hold hands too. I have a friend who said, I never want to go to anything with you because you always make people hold hands. I like to hold hands. I like to hold hands, and I like to hold hands with you. I like to hold it because I like us to feel connected. So Ashe, Ashe, thank you to all of you for coming, for showing up. All right, so in Wakanda, right? So we are like this, and so the chains are like this. Now they're on our wrist. We're gonna break the chain. So you don't break the chain like this, like so you break the chain with a sound. It goes like this, ah! Like you mean it. So anybody I see doing a weak chain breaking, you don't want to break the chain. You want to go back to that bad relationship. I know you do. You want to go back to that bad relationship. You want to go back to that badass job that's breaking you down. You want to go back to those families that said, girl, you ain't shit. You ain't never been nothing. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? No. Your people is no good. Ooh, look at you. No, you can't be hiding. You know what I'm saying here. We're going to break the chain. We are not going to carry our own oppression. Don't leave out of here and start picking them up quietly. Sometimes I'm having a conversation with my son, and I go like this, just surreptitiously. I'm breaking the chain from you and your attitude because I don't want to go to jail for stabbing you. Do you understand? Those of you who have children, sometimes they have mouths that you don't want, but you have to break the chain that says you are you and I am me. And I get to be me. All right, so we're going to do this 3 times. So practice just like this. And mean it. Now we're going to do it with a sound, as big a sound as your body can make. Ready?
1,
2, 3. Wah! Again. Big breath in. Don't be scared. Oh, you scared? You scared. I'm going to stand by you. No, you messing with him. He's doing. Here we go. Big breath in. One more time. One more time. I want you to think about on this last one, something that's enchained you. Your relationship, your money, your job, where you live, that you want to break those chains that keep you disempowered. Can I get an ashe? Ashe. Ready? That is breaking the chain. Don't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? This is a powerful practice. Because sometimes we have to let you be in the moment. And you might have to do, you can't go like that when you're riding on the 5-foot bus. But you can do it. You can do it in your kitchen. You can do it in the bathroom. You can do it with your partner. You understand? I am just saying. All right, I have to sing one thing. Can I sing one thing?
Please, sure.
Because that drumming, you know, okay, but I'm not going to sing that. I'm going to sing. This is another thing I have to do. I have a great-grandmother who is dead, who was enslaved. And I did this meditation where you go down the room and this woman, you know, and you open the door and your ancestors are there. So all my ancestors, you know, Uncle John with his shoe shine, and Aunt Beulah and them were in there, and Cousin Cootie, and they was playing dice. You know, all of the ancestors. I see none of you admit to having these ancestors. Okay, I see you've had lovely little pure lives. All right, so I walk down the hallway, and there's a little old woman sitting there. And it's my great-grandmother, Hannah McCoy, who had been a slave, and then a midwife, and then an herbalist. She birthed an entire black community. And she was sitting in there, and she said, "Child, I've been waiting for you all of your life." So sometimes I find myself places, and she says, "Child, you have to sing." So that's what I have to do to close us out, if you don't mind.
Please.
That's Hannah McCoy. That's my that's why I'm an herbalist, and I make plant medicine. I hold. That's my great-grandmother had a cauldron in our front yard, and she cooked herbs and made soap in this cauldron. Ooh, I wish I had that cauldron. I would wear my little Snowy Valley neighbors. I'd wear them out. Okay, here we go. Someone sang for me. Someone marched for me. Someone prayed for me. Someone suffered and died for me. And they didn't even know me. They didn't even know. They didn't know me. We are here for our ancestors and we thank them. We are here for the present moment and our people that are here. And we are here for the future that is coming. And you may not know them. You may not. But you do the work anyway. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for this. And thank you all for showing up.